Hello and thank you for joining me today. I'm doing pick a card. So I've got three packed cards. One, two, three. The first one is the Astro Tarot. Pack number two is the Fairy Tarot. And pack number three is the Magical Tarot. So just decide which one you want to go for. Is it number one, the Astro Tarot, number two, the Fairy Tarot, or number three, the Magical Tarot? Okay, so I'm just going to put these to one side for a few minutes. Now I've shuffled the cards up already. Okay, so I'm just going to pick one card for each one. So this is the deck number one, the Astro Tarot. Okay, now the card that's come out with this one then is the Ace of Wands. There you go. That's a really nice, vibrant card. As you can see, it's ruled by the element of fire. And with this card, this is telling you to get started with those projects that you've been meaning to do for a while. Now's a good time to start them. You've got the clover going up there, although it should be four leaf clover, I think, with it on that ace. But yeah, fire is an active element. So the ace there is the first of that minor suit, telling you to get stuck in any kind of project that you want to start. Now is the time to do it, as I say. And if you look at the cone that the torch is in, it's blue and pink. Blue is a card of recovery. So if you think that after the lockdowns that we've had, now is the time to recover. Now is the time to get out and about, go see your friends, go see your family, go on holiday if you want to get away somewhere. But get active, get out in nature as well. Don't just be around the town. I know a lot of people are going shopping at the moment, but it's time to get out in nature. We're getting some nice weather at the moment, so go and enjoy yourself. Get out in the woods, get out in the gardens, in the fields, in the parks. Going and enjoy nature, go and enjoy the sun. Vitamin D makes us feel a lot better. There's that thing over winter called, I can't remember what it stands for now, it's called SAD, SAD, some kind of deficiency of vitamin D. Well, you get vitamin D from the sun, and we get this sad thing, it makes people depressed because there's no sun. Well, now the sun's coming out, don't lose it. Go and get out there, go and get some of that sun, get in the garden, get in the parks, go for a nice walk somewhere. You don't have to walk fast, you don't have to jog, you don't have to run unless you want to, of course. That's what you want to do, go do it. But if you're a person who just wants to have a casual stroll, go for it. Go in the park, get out in the woods, into nature, and go and have a stroll. It's a little bit of activity, but it's getting out into the sun, into the greenery which we need. The green is love, the colour is love. And as you can see on the cone as well, as well as the blue, you've also got pink, and that is more like a fuchsia pink. Pink is also the colour of love, and fuchsia pink is very playful. So this is telling you to not only go for a walk in nature, but also to enjoy yourself outside. Go for a picnic with family. Go and enjoy being with kids, your own children, your grandchildren, nieces, nephews. Go and enjoy time with them, spending time with them. Kick the ball about in the park, have a game of football with the kids, game of cricket. But have some fun in the sun. you've got the pink and the green. So it's your heart chakra is being, what's that word I'm looking for? It's going towards your heart chakra, and this will open it up a little bit more, because it's both of those colours are for love, which is exactly what your heart chakra needs. And it'll stimulate your heart chakra. That's what the word was that I was looking for. It'll stimulate your heart chakra. So get out there, do what you can, go and enjoy yourself out into nature. Okay, this card is also telling you to go after whatever it is that you want. So if you're maybe wanting to start a new relationship, if you're wanting to start a new career, if you're wanting to move home, for instance, these are all type of things that you can go for at the moment. This is a card of energy, and it's a card of renewal. It's a really good card for new beginnings. So you can see the vibrant colours on that card as well. And I get it out the light. It's also telling you to get creative. So are there any creative projects I should say, that you've been wanting to start but have not had the time or the wherewithal to do it? Now's a good time to actually put them into practice. So anything creative, art, for instance, poetry, writing, pottery making, clay making, drawing, anything like that is the type of thing that this card is telling you to start as well. You can put a lot of thoughts and feelings down in creative projects, and you never know, they could be lucrative for you in the future as well. So try a few new things. Don't be afraid to start the new things. If they don't work out, they don't work out, but it'll give you a new project. It will give you ideas for the future. So if one doesn't work out, you can try something else. And as I say, it could be lucrative for you in future years. So it's worth trying. Don't put it off. Don't think, oh no, I'm not good enough. Everybody starts somewhere, and there's always a starting point, and we can all say, oh, we're not good enough. And it doesn't matter what it is that you do, but you have to start somewhere, and you learn from the mistakes that you make. So don't be frightened of making those mistakes either. That's where you learn your lessons. So you might make something, for instance, and maybe it doesn't turn out quite right, but at least you'll see where you went wrong. You'll see what you could do to improve it. And the second time will always be better. The third time will be better still. But don't say to yourself, oh, I'm not good enough, or I can't do it. This card's telling you to go for it. Aries is the fire energy, and that rules the fire. So it's a card of energy, activity, determination, ambition. And remember, if you do have some ambitions, especially if they're quite high ambitions, make a list of the steps that you can take to get there, and go one step at a time. When you've got a ladder to climb, it's a lot easier to take it one rung at a time. Then you get to the top. If you try and run up a ladder and miss the rungs, you're likely to slip back down and fall and maybe hurt yourself. So one rung at a time, one step at a time. Small, set your goal, set your high goal, but then set smaller goals in between that you can aim for, one at a time. That's the easiest way of doing things. Okay, so that is card number one. That's the Astro Tarot, and that's the Ace of Wands. So go for it, people who chose that card. Don't hold back, try some new things. Now's the time to go after what you want, and enjoy yourselves. Get out into nature, get out into the sun, have a bit of fun. Obviously, clean, legal fun. I'm not telling you to do something that is wrong, but maybe go to the beach, go and have a walk along the beach, go and have a play in the sea, play volleyball on the beach, a game of cricket, football in the park, as I mentioned before. So there you go, that's your card for number 1. Okay, so number 2, people, we've got the Fairy Tarot. I would say I've already shuffled them, so I'm just going to pick a card. Okay, so what we've got here is the Princess of Autumn. Studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. Okay, and I'm just going to read what it says at the bottom as well. Happy news about your career promotions or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Needing a little push to get going. There you go. That's what it says at the bottom there. So just like card number 1, this is telling you to get out there and get with it. The Princess of Autumn is an earth card, so this equates to the Princess of Discs or Princess of Pentacles in the normal tarot. It's telling you to go do your research. So if there's any answers that you want to find out, if there's anything you're not sure of, any decisions that you need to make, get out there, get your research done, whether it's looking through books or whether it's getting on the internet. Don't believe what other people are telling you firsthand. Look it up, find out if it's true. The answers can always be found. And if you're having trouble, you can always ask the fairies. You can also ask the angels. You can also ask the universe, or ask God to help you. And in fact, when I look at these books, for those of you who are religious, I'm not particularly religious, but for those of you who are, this is also saying to me that maybe you should take your religious text and ask a question, open it randomly, and you may well find the answer that you're looking for. So there's an earth fairy. She's dressed in green. You can see the most of this card is green as well. Again, this is your heart tracker, just like in card number 1. And so your heart chakra needs to be stimulated, needs to get out there into the earth again. Maybe do a bit of gardening. Have you tried growing your own food? You don't really need books to do that, although, you know, some people do like to read up on what they're doing first and foremost, so go for it. But try growing your own food. I've grown some from just by taking the peelings and the ends of various things, and I've managed to grow them. It is a lot easier if you use organic food. So for instance, I'm growing parsnips at the moment, and what I did was get some organic parsnips. I chopped off the end, and I got a dish with a paper towel in it and put some water in the dish. You have to put just a drop of water in just to soak the paper towel, and make sure you put water in every day because it does dry up really quickly. But then I put the ends in and they sprout roots, and I've done that with parsnips, carrots, beetroot, leeks, and also red cabbage. So try it, and you can also do it with garlic as well. Get a little clove of garlic, put it in the water, and that will sprout as well. And then you can actually plant them afterwards once they've got roots coming off. Go plant them, and you'll actually get some veg, and it's a good way of recycling your veg, and obviously getting yourself some natural organic produce as well. Don't use any pesticides or insecticides on it, because that just ruins it. So there's your fairy, and so what else am I getting from this card? She's I don't know if you can see that symbol there. It's by that book there. I can't remember what you call that now. It's almost like they use it in various things, don't they? Like maths and also for the orbits of the planets and various things like that. So, have you looked into astrology? Some of you guys out there who picked card number 2 and may actually be interested in astrology. If you are, now's the time to go look it up, and now's the time to go study it a bit more. Might be lucrative for you in the future. If you do, go take a look at it. And plenty of books out there for astrology, and also there's a lot of information on the internet, a hell of a lot of information on the internet for astrology. And what else have we got? It's almost like a conservatory in the background. You've got the trees along the top. And it's almost like a conservatory there in the background. Like a protection. I feel like that's a protection. So maybe some of you people who picked this card need a little bit of protection or grounding back down to the earth, and you can do that by using various crystals. For instance, red crystals. As you can see, you got the red tree along the top there. So red jasper is a very good grounding crystal, and also black obsidian and black tourmaline. And if you haven't got any of those, walking barefoot on the grass is also a very good way of grounding yourself. Obviously be careful that there's no wasps or bees on the grass, although many bees don't sting, but be careful anyway. You don't want to tread on them and squash them. That certainly would not be very good for your heart chakra. You want your heart chakra open. Your heart chakra is love, it's compassion. So you don't want to get treading on anything if you can help it. Obviously accidents do happen, that's a different thing, but you don't want to do it deliberately. And also I can see people on this card are having problems with hay fever, and yeah, it's almost as though the fairy's hat or hair is full of pollen. And that has actually started earlier this year. I've noticed a few people saying that they've got hay fever earlier than normal. My daughter's one of them. She normally gets it around April time, but it started in March. And I've been sneezing. I normally get it around June, and I've already been sneezing in April. So that's something that you need to watch out for. But also with your hay fever, I used to take many tablets, and in fact, at one stage I was ending up with 4 different tablets a day, which wasn't good. And none of them worked because your body gets used to them after a while. And in the end, I actually got fed up of taking the tablets, and I basically said to myself, I don't want hay fever, I don't need it, it's not doing me any good whatsoever, I don't need it, it's going. And you know what? I've never had a tablet since. So this was several years ago when I did that. And I'm not going to say it's gone completely. I still sneeze, I still get a runny nose, and I still also get a cough and a sore throat at times. And it is hay fever. It's nothing else. Okay, people who think, oh my God, has got the lurgy. No, it's nothing else. These are all symptoms of hay fever. And so when you go out in the shops as well, and you're seeing people maybe coughing or runny nose or anything, please don't think they've got this lurgy that's going around at the moment. It's more than likely hay fever that they've got. They don't need any jabs, and they don't need to be imprisoned in their own home either. Okay, but try mind over matter for those of you who've got hay fever. Try mind over matter. It does help. It helps a lot more than you think actually. And just say to yourself, I don't need it. I don't want it. It's not doing me any good. Just go. Tell the hay fever to just go. I'm not going to tell you to not take tablets, because obviously if your doctor especially has put you on a prescribed medication, then obviously you need to speak to your doctor before dropping any medication. So, but that's card number 2. That's the Princess of Autumn from the Fairy Tarot. Okay, and I hope that helps those who picked number 2 card. And thank you for that. And I'm now going to go to card number 3. Okay, so card number 3, and this is the Magical Tarot. And like I said before, I have already shuffled them, so I'm just going to pick one card. Okay, so we've got a Princess of Discs. Ha! This is the same card as we had for deck number 2. Oh well, there you go. This is obviously very important for card number 3 people as well then. So this is Princess of the Rose of Isis. There you go, and you can see the nature. Princess of Discs. Okay, so this is an earth card, and this is telling you to get out in nature as well. Get out in the garden, try gardening. You've got wheat there. Have you tried growing your own veg? So I'm going to say exactly the same as what I said to people in card number 2. Try growing your own veg. Don't use pesticides or insecticides or anything like that. What you want is some nice veg to start you off with, some nice good seeds. Try not to get seeds that are genetically modified, because then that's defeating the object. The genetically modified crops have got no vitamins or minerals in them. They've been altered, they've been taken out, and they're actually a lot worse for you, so don't pick those. But what I did, as I said to people with card number 2, what I actually did myself, I'm growing vegetables at the moment from organic vegetables, and I'm growing parsnips, carrots, leeks, red cabbage. I had garlic growing as well. But basically what I did was get some organic veg, and as you're peeling it and as you're chopping it up, you chop the ends off, you get a dish, put some paper towel in the dish, put some drop of water in, just make sure the paper towel is wet, and then you can put the ends in. And the ends, you have to make sure it's wet every day because the water evaporates pretty quickly. So put some water in each day. But after a few days, you'll see that the ends start to sprout roots, and then you can actually plant them and grow your own veg from them. So you're basically recycling vegetables. But as I say, try to get your organic produce because it's a lot easier doing it from that. And in fact, with organic stuff, I've actually grown potatoes from the peelings of potatoes in the past as well. Okay, and I've had some really nice stuff from them, so it's very easy to do from that. And you can continue with it afterwards, because as soon as you pull some out to go and eat, you just chop the ends off, put it in the on the paper towel, the wet paper towel again for a few days, and then plant it once it's rooted again. So you can actually continue, you recycle your veg continually like that. And as I say, if you get the organic, not GM modified, and you get all your vitamins and your minerals as well, a lot better. But this card's also saying get out in nature. So get out into the parks, go for a walk, go for a picnic, get out into the sun, enjoy the sun. You've got the hot pink there, the fuchsia pink at the top. Now the pink is also a colour of the heart chakra, and it's also a colour of fun. When it's bright pink or hot pink, it's a colour of having fun. So get out into nature, get out into the sun, stimulate your heart chakra, and have some fun. Play football with the kids, have a nice picnic with your kids or with your friends and family. Enjoy the sun, go to the beach, go for a swim, play volleyball on the beach, have a game of cricket or a game of football with the kids. You can do various things out in the sun, having fun. And I'm obviously not talking about anything illegal or dangerous, just fun with friends and family. Be a child again, just enjoy life. We've been locked up for so long, you need to enjoy life. Yeah, this is also the card of new beginnings. So if you've been planning anything for a while, especially around the home or the garden, now's the time to go for it. It's a good card for beginnings there. And also, you're quite an honourable person looking at this. You've got quite a zest for life and quite a lot of enthusiasm. You've got your own moral and ethical system of support, inner support that you go by, and people like that about you. That's coming through with this card as well. But when I say new beginnings, you can see you've got all the seeds around her there. So this is the time to plant those seeds and watch them start to grow. And it's not just seeds with new projects, it's also seeds with people as well. So if you've got friends, family, and maybe you're planning something in the future that you want support from friends and family, now's the time to start dropping hints or start mentioning a few things, start planting the seeds. Maybe if you're thinking about moving, if you want to move to the country, move to the coast or something like that, now's the time to get those seeds germinated, with the family and see how they feel. And I've got somebody here who wants to say hello. There you go, that's Smudge. He's my little bit of nature in the house. So he's come to say hello and tell me he wants his tea. Well, there you go. So as I say, start those new things. Don't be afraid to plant those seeds. But I think another good thing with this, with the planting of the seeds and new projects, you also need to be confident. So make sure that you're feeling confident. It's confidence and being confident can actually bring your energy levels up, brings your vitality up. And he's making me laugh now. Yeah, so be confident. Obviously, people who are confident get a lot more support from other people because your confidence says that you know what you're doing. You're somebody who can support other people. You're somebody who can give good advice, so people will naturally come to you if they think that you're confident in what you're doing. So that's the type of thing that you have to think about as well. And also be confident at the moment that everything that's going on in life, and especially in the country as a whole, because this is obviously for a collection of people who chose card number 3. And so the things that are going on in at the moment for you people, just be aware that everything is coming right, and things will never get back to normal. Of course, we're not. We have to make sure that we start doing things a lot better than what we were doing before, and then hopefully we won't go back into these stupid lockdowns and things like this. But just know that better things are coming for everyone. Don't be afraid to go out and enjoy yourself, and get those energy levels up, get your vitality up. And as I said before, don't just use organic produce to get your veg growing and your seeds growing, but also look at what you're eating yourself and make sure you're getting all your vitamins and minerals, because that will also bring up your vitality and your energy. Try to steer clear of GM foods, genetically modified foods. These are all plants that have been, and sometimes animals as well. If you eat meat, there are some animals that are genetically modified as well, but they're things that have been tampered with. And so especially with plants are the basis for all our medicines. And even though a lot of our medicines now are produced by pharmaceutical companies, originally they were from plants. And every plant has got a number of chemical constituents in it, or chemical components within the plant that makes it up. And those chemical components, the amount and the mixture in each plant is what makes that particular medicine, or makes that particular vitamin or mineral that is good for us, and in some cases poisons as well, like deadly nightshade for instance. But when you've got genetically modified produce, what they're actually have done is they've modified those chemicals, they've altered them. So those things that gave us medicine and gave us vitamins and minerals have been altered. So you cannot trust genetically modified produce. And please don't think that they've done it to feed the third world countries where people are starving, because no, they haven't. They certainly don't give it them for free. It's money in the back pockets of companies like Bill Gates and people like him and big companies who don't give a crap about other people. So I may have said a few things that they may not like on the video, but anyway, there it goes. So there you are, that's card number 3, and thank you for joining me. This is Princess of Discs, and as I say, exactly the same as card number 2. Interesting that I've picked out the same card on both discs, on both decks, I should say. Yeah, interesting that one, but anyway, thank you for joining me. Join me next time as well when I'll do some more. Click subscribe if you want to find out when I do any more decks, and also let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, click like for me please, really nice. Okay, thank you, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.